guys, it's me Taddy, and I'm here with another video. So, this video, I'm supposed to be explaining some of my DC OCs. It's kind of weird to say, but, you get the point. Basically, just my own OCs going off of, that would be placed in the DC universe. That's basically all they are, and, like, they have their own powers. Some of their backstories actually align with some of the actual DC characters. Some of them are just very similar, and some of them are based off of actual DC characters. Just yeah. For example, I have a character Cosmo, which is basically just, if you ever watched Young Justice, Bart Allen Impulse. That's basically what Cosmo is. Who Cosmo is. The only really difference is that Cosmo is not from Earth, from Mars instead. And, like, basically, same thing with Green Beetle instead of Blue Beetle. That's seriously all it is with him. Obviously has its own backstory, but it's, like, the actual storyline stuff is basically the same thing as Impulse. It's just how I play as the character instead. Because I really liked the character since Bart's one of my favorites, so I want to make one that's similar to him. So yeah. So that's the example of someone. That's one character. Don't have how he looks like now because it was on something else, and so it got deleted. I'm annoyed it got deleted, but, like, I'll have to make it again if I want to show how he looks. So yeah. I have both heroes, villains, like 2 anti-heroes and 2 neutral characters. Like, the heroes are on one team, the villains are, like, almost all on the team. There's only one that's not. But that was mainly because I wanted to make the character since I was reading the book Snitch for school, so, you know, kind of get inspiration randomly, so I make the characters based off that inspiration. So one of the characters I have is, his actual name is Midas. His code name is Waterlock because he has water powers and dark magic. He's one of the ones where I have a full backstory for. I don't have how he looks, but he has blue and purple hair, like a fade. And with the fade, his hair is messy and long. He's also a rich kid, so he's one of the villains, kind of stuck up, and often gets into fights with one of the other villains whose real name is Justice. His codename real name is Blue Jawbreaker. I know, very random. And with his powers is basically he's one of the Blue Lanterns. It's similar to how they normally are, but, like, it's similar to also the Green Lanterns, though, because I did not know how the actual powers worked beforehand, and now I do. It's like I still like having it similar to the Green Lanterns, but I need it to be run off of hope, going off of how the backstory works. Which, one of the things that Midas mentions is the fact that Justice basically has hero powers, and it's, like, a big point in it where it's like these two argue a ton about many things. They just dislike each other a lot. Midas especially dislikes Justice because he's been a villain for a long time and Justice hasn't. So Midas gets annoyed that he got paired up with someone that doesn't know what they're doing. And because those two were the first ones I made, so they were the first ones on the team, and then they got more people where they're like, oh, okay, it's better now. But at first, it was only those two, so they often fight over stuff like that because they didn't have a good start. So yeah. So one of the heroes is Ares, whose codename or hero name is Insomniac. Insomniac. It's difficult for me to say because the point is it's the mixture between Insomniac and hacking, because he's really good at hacking. He also has his powers, although he teleports basically through electronics. If you know creepypasta, similar to Ben Drown, that's kind of where that power idea came in. His colors are mainly like black and like almost neon green, I'm pretty sure. Again, would have to be making to show it, but can't right now. So, because I regularly connect those a lot with hacking. I'm not that creative. I'm creative, but like not that much. I have inspiration a lot, and that's one of them. So, in addition to the hacking stuff, he tends to be a very blunt person, and like a little rude at times, but that's like he's not really that rude. He's just calm. And the leaders of the hero group, he would be the leader because he keeps everything under control. The Insomniac comes from him. First of all, he's a big gamer. In it, he like is a streamer with that and stuff. So he games a lot. So he often does his crime, does the crime fighting at night for that reasons, and like doesn't get sleep often. So Insomniac, because hacking plus insomnia. Put them together, that's where his hero name comes from. Same way as I don't know if I fully explained it other than saying the dark magic and water powers. Midas is Waterlock is based off of water from his water powers, and Warlock from the magic. And Blue Jawbreaker, that's basically just I don't want to use the regular Blue Lantern name. That's really it. No candy powers, which yeah. Next one I'm going to talk about is my neutral character. Is one of the two neutral ones. Whose regular name is Kenji. Codename No Death. This is he's neutral, not really on one of the sides, just because doesn't think it would be fair to be on the evil side. And he kind of stays out of being on the evil team. Just is involved though with certain things that happen. He can work on either side as well, just depending on the time. So for him, his powers is he's immortal, so he can't die. And his other power is basically rising people from the dead, which is where the thing No Death comes from, because he's literally like, death doesn't exist to me, because he's a immortal necromancer. So yeah, I also don't have how he looks down, but he has purple hair and usually has it like long purple hair that's usually in a ponytail. That's what I mainly remember about him, because again, going off of memory. So one of my anti-heroes' name is Bryce. Doesn't have a code name. He has ice powers, which is Bryce comes from. Which he got from medicine. Some of these characters, there's very weird way they got powers. They're either born with them, learned them, or in certain ones, got sketchy medicine that somehow made them have these powers. I don't know where these parents usually the parents giving them the medicine, so I don't know where the parents get the medicine from. I would seriously want to know, just because of how this happened like at least 3 different times. So for Bryce, he got medicine for being paranoia, which actually he didn't actually have. So with it, his body got colder and turned into ice, similar. So basically, his body's made out of ice that can't melt. So, or at least his skin is. Obviously, he has ice powers. Isn't really much to talk about there. I will talk about characters' backstories another time. I will explain the characters first, this is probably gonna be like a long drawn out series thing because I have more than like 40 characters. I don't know why, but I made so many. So I'm gonna have to like slowly go through them and talk about them. And then I'll get stuck into the backstories and stuff. Because a lot of the backstories, some of them are longer, some of them I haven't fully made ones for because I just need a character's personality to play as them. Some of them, certain songs will need to be mentioned for the characters since I will play as these characters a lot, and I might even play it here, like talk as them as here. So often those songs that are used to represent them at like stuff they went through and stuff like that. So it mainly goes off of whatever songs I like, which is what caused me to make these. Besides that, this is like the end of the video. So this is Ty signing out. See you next time. Goodbye.